What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back with more Konosuba. Now, this video was supposed to drop last night, but for various reasons, it unfortunately didn't come together the way I wanted it to. But we're going to talk about the new events that just dropped in the game yesterday. Now, we have an all-new event up here, and this event's pretty straightforward, okay? It's a lot like many of the ones we've had before, the Harvest Festival. Basically, you're just going to have 12 of your basic quests here. Once you complete those, you're going to open up the special board. Now, this is where I wrap myself out for being super lazy today. I didn't actually finish all the hard boards. It is what it is. But when you finish all of them, you can actually use the skip button over here and just bash through them to complete your dailies. Now, you do want to do all three of these each and every day, even though I did kind of skip today. I was kind of lazy today on it. Various reasons, and I'm not going to get into a lot of that. Part of the reason why the video didn't come together last night. But nevertheless, once you beat all of that, or actually once you beat the 12 basic missions, you're going to have the ability to come in here and fight the boss. Now, we're back just like in the last one, where you can either do single attacks or multis. I really do prefer multis. And the nice part is you don't have to like beat all of these all over again. You can just pick the hardest one, go in here, and you're going to build a team. Now, what team do we want to build here? It says, and I quote, and this is predictable actually, fire elements will give, or fire element attacks are effective, and having wind resistance will give you the edge in battle. So really, you're just looking for the best single target fire team you can muster. Now, that does bring me to the new banners. We do have brand new banners, and I actually like most of the units on this banner. This is actually a really respectable banner. So if I go here into info, okay, character details. Now, Mia, I'm not a huge fan of. She's okay. I don't know if she's really amazing, but she's interesting, okay? 133% fire physical damage to one enemy. Remember, I did say we need one enemy for this. And when HP is above 70%, and a moderate boost to agility for 12 seconds. It's actually quite a nice skill. Not world-ending, and with a cooldown of 21 seconds, it's not the greatest. But we do have units in the game right now that will actually reduce that cooldown, so it's kind of nice. Her second skill is a cooldown of 18 seconds, 162% fire physical damage to one enemy, and removes debuffs one time for all allies. So this is actually debuff removal. And I take that back. Amy is really, really good. I forgot she had that debuff removal. But here's the deal, guys. Amy's not the only one. There's 3 4-stars on this banner. And the main thing you need to know about this banner is it's 1.5 times 4-star rates. So if you were ever looking for specific 4-stars, now's not a bad time to summon. But let's talk about these units first, and then we'll go to the summoning facts, okay? So, 170% fire magic damage to one enemy, 228% when above 70%. That's the other thing I'm kind of iffy on with Mia, is her percentages on her skill 1 are pretty low. So she's really more of a support, less of a damage producer. But she is there. And minor recovery for all allies. So not only does she hits really hard, she's a magic unit, but where Mia's physical, but she also gets recovery. So she is phenomenal. Skill 2 is a 105%, which we'll get to why that's not that big of a deal, but 105% fire magic damage to one enemy and moderate reduction of wind damage for all allies. So she provides wind resistance. Now, there's a give and a take to this. While I really do like that, I think that's a phenomenal skill. Unless you're using her specifically against somebody that uses wind, in other words, like this particular event, or most likely the next battle arena will be fire and all that stuff. I think we actually have one dropping in the next 24, 40 years. One's coming up real soon. Or no, we actually just got one. We need to talk about it. But nevertheless, we haven't talked about that one yet. Nevertheless, this is nice. It's not going to work in all situations, but in this game, most situations, it'll actually be pretty nice. Now, it is a low percentage attack, but you get down here, 113% fire magic damage to one enemy, and it also is a 7% boost to fire units. So she's a good sub. She's a good attacker. This skill's a little weak. Her skill 2 is a little weak, but the fact that she gets 113% on her third skill really, really, really makes up for that. Remember, that third skill has no cooldown. Now, the third unit, Cosuma, Legendary Adventurer. Okay? Here we go. Now, this is not a fire unit, but 179% lightning physical damage to one enemy, 242 if the enemy has a debuff, so you're going to get that a lot. This is a unit I think you're going to use pretty often. And moderate boost to your agility for 16 seconds. So he'll hit hard almost all the time. It's pretty nutty. 21-second cooldown on that, though, so that is a long cooldown. 122% lightning physical damage to one enemy, and 158 when HP is above 70%. Significant reduction of their physical defense for 12 seconds. 90-second cooldown. It's nice, but it is what it is. The 158 would be nice. You're not going to get it all the time, but if you've got good healing, you'll get it often enough. It'll be respectable. Base attack is 105 lightning physical damage to one enemy and 131% if enemy has a debuff. That's the big caveat to his skill 3. This skill 3 is insane because you're almost always going to use debuffs on a team. So anytime you're using this unit with a debuffer, he's going to be hitting stupid hard. This Cosuma is pretty nuts. I'm not going to lie, pretty darn nuts. So that brings me to the banner. Now I'm super low on quartz. And I will tell you guys, I did a version 1 of this video, and I burned about 6,000 quartz. So I'm really, really, really low on quartz. I'm going to do one and done here, though. I really need to get more quartz, but I'm going to one and done on this one, and then walk away with whatever I get. We got a 4-star, though. That's good news. Can it be someone new? I would take almost anybody off this banner. It is 1.5 times 4 stars. I will tell you guys I got 2 4 stars last night, but none of them were banner units. So I'd really love to get some banner units here. Let's go. Okay. Oh! That's perfect. I will take that. We'll absolutely take that. So we got the new Wiz. That's great. That's fantastic. I will need to farm up because I really do want to go after Cosuma as well. So having those 2 units would be phenomenal. Mia's good. I don't know if she's the shining star in this banner. But really, like, Wiz was the one I was super after anyway. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to walk away with my head held high on that one. And I've got enough skill stuff to, like, go ahead and max her out just, at random. So there we go, guys. I actually like this banner a lot, and being 1.5 times 4-star rates really, really, really makes it worthwhile. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Good luck on the event. By the way, we didn't actually talk about the event system, because it's a little bit different than last time. I'm glad I remember this towards the end of the video. It is an exchange system. It is not the gacha system. So the good news is you can actually go in here and target whatever you want. Personally, though, I kind of do like the gacha system because it kind of forces me to farm a little bit more diligently. But, the nice part is you can come in here. If you're pressed for time like I often am, you can, focus on the stones and the Cadia reliefs and the things you actually need. But I do try to get the CP items nowadays. I do try to get as much of this as humanly possible. The reality is I just very rarely farm all of it. Now, we do have new story mode and all that stuff, so I expect the next one is going to rely on that story mode, so you do want to finish that up. But that is a topic for another day. For now, like, comment, share, and I'll be back with more Konosuba for you guys really soon.